Welcome back to the Daily Rundown on That's Manchester Channel 7 with me, Dan Morfitt, and our brilliant guests, Mike Milling and Madie Howard. An audience poll has found out that Mrs Brown's Boys is the best British sitcom of the 21st century. Let that news sink in. That's with The Office, Peter Kay's Car Share, Count Arthur Strong and the IT Crowd also breaking into the top 5 best British sitcoms of the 21st century. I can't believe it myself. The shortlist, which audience were given to choose from, was compiled by the Radio Times critics and members of the British Film Institute. 11 of the programmes in the top 20 were aired on the BBC, 7 on Channel 4, and Sky One and ITV had 1 comedy each. So do we agree with this top 5, or has something been severely overlooked? Mike, Mrs Brown's Boys is the nation's favourite sitcom of the 21st century.
I mean, it's about time we just forgot about. I mean, with the whole Brexit thing and now this, I mean, do we really care about what people think anymore? I mean, come on, it's right, you know, God.
Are you not a fan of Mrs Brown's Boys?
Not really.
Madie, Mrs Brown's Boys, are you a favourite of the Irish man dressing up as an old woman and having his wife as his daughter? It's all very weird and Shakespearean.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I get why people will like it and why some people will like it. And as you said, it's a very family show based around family, and the whole people making it are all a big family, aren't they? He's married to the woman who plays his daughter, and yada yada. Loads of people are all related, and that's really nice for them. Yeah, for them.
She breaks the fourth wall, Mrs Brown.
Yeah, okay. There's little conventions there. I mean, Brendan, what was his name? Brendan O'Carroll. Because he was saying that it's. Well, he was saying that it vindicates the kind of the fans' love for the show because the critics have always mauled it, and so he's saying that it's for a kind of an audience that modern comedy has forgotten. So he means the kind of Are We Being Served audience, that kind of old school sitcom audience that he thinks that he's tapped into, I guess. Because Miranda's is in the top 10 as well.
Miranda's in there as well. Miranda is number.
That's a very old school.
8.
That's a very old school kind of comedy. I mean, there's a few in there though that I think are just too soon, and like Raised by Wolves, or even Peter Kay's Car Share, which was very good, but it was only one series very recently.
And that's above Phoenix Nights, which I think is around 17.
Yes, and that's above Peep Show, Black Books, which is amazing. Yeah. And I don't know if Spaced is even there.
I was going to say, does Spaced...
Which is like one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Spaced is not in there at all.
It's one of the best modern sitcoms, I would say.
But I think that audience isn't the kind of person that would vote in an online poll, maybe.
Quite possibly. But then Black Books is in there.
To give Mrs Brown's Boys the due, for years they've been playing in packed out theatres before well
before
TV.
This. He had the character for Mrs Brown well before the TV show. He had various theatres, like theatre productions. There was a film before the Mrs Brown the movie. There was like a drama which was
it was a little bit straighter.
Which was sort of based around the same characters. So I think he's had the characters for a long, long time, hasn't he?
It's just that he went on the BBC and RTE and got turned into a comedy phenomenon.
Became into a phenomenon. Yeah, he deserves the success, you know.
Well, if you get the right platform and if you stick to a winning formula of kind of low denominator comedy,
but it is
arguably, then you'll be successful.
Yeah,
it's when you talk about lowest common denominator comedy. On the flip side of that, things like The Thick of It's, number 6.
Yeah.
In there. So
yeah,
that's
but Mrs Brown's Boys won. I'm just talking about its popularity and the fact that it's a recipe for success. Just because it's not particularly, you know, political or intelligent or satirical.
But it's interesting because it's quite reminiscent of the fake sitcom that Ricky Gervais does in his programme Extras, which is called When the Whistle Blows, which is a parody of that kind of popular sitcom where it's loved by audiences, but then all the people that he wants to love it hate it, and he's not respected.
And that's why David Bowie calls him a little loser.
Yeah.
So Pug-nosed face.
But he's in number 2. Is it The Office?
Number 2 is The Office, which, and you look at the top 2, those sitcoms could not be any more different. One's got a laugh the track.
I think Mrs Brown's Boys is very recent, and people have just not forgotten about The Office, but Ricky Gervais has moved on considerably.
But it's still number 2, so it's still, I think, it's still deep in people.
And lots of people would say The Office is a number 2, because I know many people who are against it and don't like the new movie that's out with him as well.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
it's a very strange list. Benidorm's at number 19, and I wouldn't call that a sitcom at all. But I guess this was all subjective, really.
The Detectorist, which is number 20, is brilliant. If you've ever seen that
on BBC 4 with Toby Jones,
and Mackenzie Crook, written and directed by Mackenzie Crook, so it's absolutely brilliant.
But we're all shocked and agag that Spaced aren't in there at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there must be some others missing.
Is Peep Show in there?
Yeah,
Peep Show is in there. I think 11. But in the essence of Spaced, skip to the end, next bit. Right, some call it extreme narcissism. For others, it's just a bit of fun. But whatever your opinion, the selfie is profitable. Cosmetics was the fastest growing divisions for companies for the full year up to June the 30th, with a turnover up of 9%. The owner of brands such as Clinique, MAC and Bobbi Brown said there has been a shift in consumer preferences, and the upshot is that snap-happy people want to be camera-ready at all times, and that impulse has led Estee Lauder's sales to rise by 4% to a total of 11.2 billion for the year, all because we like getting our phone out. So, Madie, what do we think of selfies?
Can I just point out that in no way is it even linked to selfies? Because there's no proof that it was, and there wasn't even a study done.
Cause and effects.
It was that's.
So what are we talking
We never link cause and effects on the Daily Rundown.
It was just an opinion given as to why this might be because of extreme narcissism, the selfie, which it's not. It's just taking a photo. It's just as vain to enjoy having your photo taken as it is to enjoy controlling your own image. And also, the real story is that cosmetic sales have increased. And I would wager that, it's because of the internet and you can get it cheaply and you can control your own image more, and that's why.
We've all seen those waziks on the tram.
Yeah.
God, those people must be the worst.
I did the colour run around the Etihad.
Oh, yeah.
And the number of people that just kept stopping for selfies. It's a 5k run.
Maybe they were playing Pokemon Go. While doing the run.
No, people kept stopping at every powder station just to take a selfie. I'm just thinking, it's going to look exactly the same as the one a while back, and you've not even sweated.
Yeah. But you have the opportunity to have a memory of the moment.
Yeah. But someone else take it. What's it called if someone... It's called a selfie, but if someone else takes it, is it called a someone elsey?
No, it's called a photograph.
Yeah, it's called a photo.
Right, that's the one. See, it's so long, I've forgotten. It's a someone elsey.
But when selfies and the fashion for selfies go out, when prime ministers, monarchs start doing it, when your mum starts doing selfies.
I just think it's another way to take a photo. I think really the only reason it's made a big deal of is because it's seen as a feminine pursuit. Like predominantly women do it because you have to be on show all the time. So you would like to control that image and everyone's like, no, we look at you. You don't decide what you look like. How dare you like yourself and take a photo of yourself. I have to look at you. You just stand there. Run in the 5k run. Just keep running.
Run.
I watch you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Kim Kardashian's written a book, wasn't it? Selfies, just ultimate selfies. It's just a collection of pictures of
cleverly
her.
called Selfish.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
What a nice title for
I wonder
it.
who thought of that. And she, there's I think there's a little paragraph of how to take a selfie at the beginning. I think the rest of the book is just pictures of her.
That it shows how old I am. For 1 second there, I'm thinking, who's Kim Kardashian? Is she the woman out of Sex in the City? And then I realised that's Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, mannequin. Come on.
Yeah, she was the one. Yeah, with Andrew McCarthy on the back of a motorbike.
Yeah. That wasn't Kim Kardashian.
That's not Kim Kardashian.
No.
I really am so out of the loop. Does Kim Kardashian take selfies? Is that what she
she released a book called Selfish.
Yeah.
It's all about selfie.
But it's not just a female thing. The amount of blokes now.
Yeah.
This increase in makeup might be blokes buying makeup to look good in selfies. I've seen them.
But what's wrong with that? Just if it's not harming anyone, there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm just saying
just
selfies.
Keep saying that to yourself in your head.
Selfies are little snapshots of time, but take too many and you can become obsessed.
What was that thing you were mentioning about always being camera ready? Who are these kind of selfie ninjas that are constantly always trying to get ready at any moment. Just. I mean, what's all that about?
Madie, are you a selfie ninja?
Selfie ninja?
Oh, yeah, that sounds cool. I'll be one of them, yeah.
No, are you a selfie ninja? Do you like taking lots of selfies about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm being told in my ear by our director, Adam, that you are a selfie ninja.
Well, you know, opinions.
I've just come up with that phrase. Do I get...
I think that's a new thing. Is Kim Kardashian a selfie ninja?
Yeah.
It makes it sound cooler than extreme narcissism.
She's more like a selfie samurai, I'd say.
Is it extreme narcissism though?
No, that's hilariously sensational.
Oh.
It's just... I mean, it's a form of narcissism, but so is...
this.
Yeah, so is this.
So is being on TV.
So is this.
Hi, Mum! Yeah.
I'm talking with two guests who have both got 2 drinks each.
Yes, this is a bit weird, isn't it? That one's got a straw.
That's extreme hydration. To couple with your extreme narcissism.
Because I got a hot drink and it's really hot in here and I realised why am I drinking tea?
Even worse, Maddie's got milkshake.
I know, yeah.
Jealousy is a sin. Milkshake.
I would have killed for a chocolate milkshake. Did I get offered a chocolate milkshake? No, I didn't. Right. Enough of the narcissism, enough of the extreme hydration. It's time for another break now, but we'll see you again in a couple of minutes on the Daily Rundown here on That's Manchester, Channel 7.